advantage of a light, but it wasn't enough. So he went and left her in the dark without a clue. Oh, 18 and her life is on the line again. She's the girl for the friends that's sneaking out. And she knows that she's wasting all the time with him. But she can't picture him not being around. She said, so why can't we feel something different? We just need to close that distance. Bring me close to you. Don't let go. And I hate finding new beginnings. Let's just make toxic commitments. I'm not over you. I can't let go. I can't let go. I was 17 with a dream of finding love again. I'm burnt out and I need somebody. And I can't believe wasted so much time. I picked the pieces, even though it can't be fixed. It can't be fixed. Should've left you for. I'm feeling low, weak. I'm losing energy. I run away. They say what's left to me. All these toxic traits, not worth the wait. Hey. I feel heavy for days. I've been mending my ways. Forgot what's right. Time to put change tonight. I feel heavy for days. I've been mending my ways. Almost forgot what's right. Trying to change tonight. I'm feeling low.